What's up, everybody? It's Rick here with Ridiculous. I wanted to go over some free games today. I play a lot of PS4 games. You know, people don't always have money to buy new games right when they come out. There are tons of great free to play games and free games on the PS4, so I wanted to go over some of them with you and let y'all know which ones are good and just let you know which ones are out there, and then y'all can give them a try and tell me what you think yourself. I got a little list here just in case. Um, so I'm gonna start off with Caravan Stories. That was just recently released. It's a pretty good game. I haven't played much of it. I checked it out a little bit. Kind of has an MMO type of feel to it. Kind of cutesy art style, very unique. Check it out if you're into MMOs and stuff like that. Um, the second one on the list here is Dauntless. That's a pretty cool game. I've played it a little bit. It's very similar to like a Monster Hunter type of game. You know, giant swords, giant monsters, dragons, stuff like that. Really cool game. Definitely check that one out. I would highly recommend that one. Um, Next one on the list, we have World of Warships. Of course, what that is, basically, it's self-explanatory. It's warships. You're in these battleships out in the ocean, and you're blasting each other away. Kind of like the old school battleship game, but for the new generation consoles. Um, Not really my type of thing. I did play it a bit. I did enjoy it, but not really my type of thing. But if you're into any type of water nautical type of things, type of games like that, I would definitely recommend checking that out. All right, next one on the list we have Growtopia. I honestly haven't played that one yet, but I will check it out. Seems kind of like a good kid game, so I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one when I actually give it a go. So I'm gonna just go right to the next game, okay? The next game we got on the list is Games of Glory. I actually did play this one. I actually honestly did not like it at all. It was a MOBA style game. Not very unique at all. Not trying to down the game or anything. Just it wasn't my cup of tea. If you like MOBA games, give it a shot. If you don't, I wouldn't even recommend trying it. It's not worth the download, in my opinion. The next game we got on the list here is Death Tales Beta. Um, as the name says, it's still in beta, unfortunately. So you don't have all the features of a full game. No trophy support or anything like that. Um, Very cool art style. Kind of looks kind of like a kiddish game, but it's actually I guess for everybody. Haven't really played it too much. I really want the full release of the game before I really go at it. So, you know, I'll save that one for later as well. The next game we got here is Idle Champions in the Forgotten Realms, and that's Dungeons and Dragons franchise game, and it's a really cool game. Actually, I've actually played that one a lot. It's an idle game, which whether you're into idle games or you're not, there's lots on the Android and iOS platforms. I've played quite a few, probably literally like 40-ish different games, and I kind of dig the type of gameplay because you actually progress even when you're not on the game. So that's really cool if you're into that type of thing. But it's a cool like beat 'em up style RPG-ish. Um, really fun type of games. You do get to progress different worlds. There are tons of events that go non-stop, so that's really cool. Um, so definitely check. I would definitely recommend checking that one out. I still play that one. On to the next one. We got Hawken. I did play that one quite a bit, quite a few years ago. That is kind of like a mech robot type of game. It was really fun, but it didn't really hold up with me. Um, I put in probably a couple hours into it and had fun with it, but I never played it again after that. There's just too many other good games out there. So, yeah, check that out if you're into mech fighting. Other than that, I wouldn't recommend it. On to the next one. We have Gwent, and that is a Witcher card game. If you played the Witcher games, you notice there's a card game that you play in there. That's basically what it is. That's the whole thing. It's the mini game that's in that game, but now that's the whole game here. So it's cool if you like that. I actually didn't like it, so I wouldn't recommend it. But if you like The Witcher, I definitely recommend checking it out if you're a big Witcher fan. On to the next one. We got Knights of Valour. I really did like that game. I did try that. I played it on release day. That basically is it's a beat 'em up, and not an MMO, but an RPG, beat 'em up hack and slash type of game. Really fun. I would highly suggest playing that. And if you have PlayStation Plus, you can get some free items. So if you want to check that out, if you're into that type of games, definitely check that one out. Is what I meant to say. Next game is Switchblade. Switchblade is actually a car destruction type of game, kind of like a Twisted Metal type of game. So if you like Twisted Metal, definitely check that out. On to the next one, we got the Battle Ages, Battle Islands, and we have Battle Commanders. I kind of lump all three of those together because they're very similar and they're all made by the same developer. I highly recommend, if you're going to play those, the Battle Islands is definitely the best out of the bunch. That's really good. Fun game that you can kind of jump on periodically and upgrade your base and stuff like that. Not really much of a game that you can play non-stop, but good. Alright, on to the next game. We have here Dead or Alive Core Fighters. Basically, it's from the Dead or Alive franchise. It's a basic version of the game with limited fighters. The fighters actually rotate to a different fighter every so often, and you can play free, but you can only use the fighter periodically as it'll switch. Or you can, of course, buy the full version if you're really into it. It's a good fighting game, very, very good fighting game. So definitely recommend that if you're into fighting games. The next one we have up here is Nebula Rounds. That's a free-to-play. I actually haven't played that one yet. I just wanted to let y'all know that it is free on the PlayStation Store, but I haven't gave it a try yet. Doesn't really seem like my cup of tea, but maybe if you are looking for something just to try something new, you can give it a shot. Next one we have that I wanted to tell you all about is Frozen Freefall Snowball Fight. My wife actually played that for quite a while. It's not really my type of game. It's for kids and girls and stuff like that. It's a match game, the obvious match 3 column type game. So if you're into that, especially on like cell phone type games, you would definitely like that on the console. Other than that, I wouldn't really recommend it. But on to the next one. We have Gems of War. My wife was addicted to Gems of War for a long time. It is on multi-platforms. It's kind of RPG-ish style match 'em type game, match 3 type of deal. If you're into those type of games, definitely recommend that. Or if you're into RPGs or the both, of course, it's a really good game. Very fun. I enjoyed actually watching her play it. She was addicted to it for a long time. But on to the next one. We have here, we have Onigiri, and that's actually multi-platform. It's a MMO, Japanese art style. If you like MMOs, you might want to check it out. Not really my cup of tea. I do like getting trophies, and there is no trophy support on that, so that was a big letdown. So I didn't play it much. So on to the next one. What we have next one, I got a little list here just in case y'all wonder what I keep looking at, just in case I forget. The next one we got is Neverwinter. Neverwinter is an absolutely remarkable game. Awesome, awesome MMO RPG with non-stop updates. It is absolutely, no matter what, worth checking out. Very fun game. On to the next one. We got Pinball Arcade. Definitely, if you like pinball, check it out. Not really not my type of thing. Um, on to the next one. We have Armored Warfare. I played that one just a little bit. As it sounds, it's Armored Warfare. You're using tanks and stuff like that to shoot at each other and stuff. So if you like tanks, definitely check it out. If you don't, don't waste your time. Next one, Space Lords. Space Lords, absolutely horrible game. Do not waste your time with it. It's a shooting game. Very awkward, very weird. I just couldn't get the hang of it. It changed actually multiple times. They tried to revamp it, breathe life into it, but it was pretty bad. So don't get that one. On to the next one. Apb Reloaded. Third-person shooter. Pretty good. Not really worth sticking around for, but if you want to try it, and maybe you'll get into it, every game's worth a chance if it's free, Alright, next one we got here is World of Tanks Mercenaries. Alright, if you like tanks and tank battling, definitely recommend that above any other game. Very fun. Very fun. Controls are a little weird if you're not used to tank movement and how they actually drive. But if you do, check it out for sure. Very fun. Great graphics. Huge download file, though. Be prepared for a long wait on that download. Alright, next one I have on the list here is Don't Bite Me, Bro. Very weird game. Kind of blocky type art style, kind of like Minecraft. And as you would think, it's zombies. You don't want to let them bite you. It's fun for a little bit. Give it a chance if you want to try it, but it's not something you'll really stick with in the long run. It does have trophy support, so that was cool. Alright, next one we have on the list is Prominence Poker. I did try that one out, of course. It's a poker game. If you like poker and card games, it's very well made. Give it a chance if you like it. Other than that, I wouldn't waste your time. Next one we have is Trove. Trove is kind of for kids. It's a Minecraft style game, very similar to Minecraft. If you like Minecraft, you'll definitely like it. Other than that, if you have kids maybe, but other than that, nah, I wouldn't waste my time on it. Next one we have on the list is Skyforge. Skyforge, highly recommended. It's an MMO, very, very fun. Definitely recommend checking that up. There is there is free PS Plus items that you can get if you have a PS Plus account. Alright, on to the next one we have is Lunker World. My wife was addicted to that for a long time. If you played any of the Spelunker games, it's your average, ordinary Spelunker, but it's for your next-gen consoles. It did originally come out on PS3, but this is the PS4 version. So if you like the Spelunker games, which is pretty much you in a mine, and you want to mine and get ores and stuff, and you use bombs and stuff to blow up paths and stuff like that. Use a vacuum to suck up ghosts. Kind of weird, but it was cool. On to the next one. Hustle Kings. Hustle Kings was pretty cool. It's a card game. Card game / pool. So you shoot pool, play card games, stuff like that. Kind of like bar style games. All these games are free to play, so they're worth just giving a chance. See if you like it. If you're into it, stick with it. If not, just delete it off your console and make some room for some better games. But I wanted to give you all a list, to let you know what's out there if you didn't already know. There's quite a bit of free games out there. So the next one we have on the list is Starlit Adventures. Haven't played that one at all. It is a free to play game. Looks linear in design, but I haven't tried it out, so I can't really give you any type of my opinion or anything on it. Next one we have on the list is Star Trek Online. I don't play Star Trek games, not a Star Trek fan, so I never played that. but it does look like a MMO type of game. And it looks kind of like a first person or third person shooter rather. So if you're into Star Trek, definitely check that out. If you're not, nah. Next one we have is Let It Die. Let It Die is actually a brutally hard Dead Souls type of game. It was very fun. I played it for a little while. I didn't stick with it though. But if you like Dead Soul games, definitely download that one. Next one we have here is Fishing Planet. If you like fishing, get it. If you don't worry. Don't waste your time. Alright, we're almost through this list here. Quite a bit of free games, as you can see. Pro Evolution Soccer. If you like soccer, check it out. It's a light version of the full game, so it's limited in what you can actually do. But if you like soccer and you want a free game, check it out. Next one we got here is Path of Exile. Actually, originally was only on Xbox One, but it came over to PS4. It's an MMO hack and slash type of game. Very kind of like a Diablo type of game. Of course, not as good, but similar in play style. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. Next one is The Four Kings Casino and Slots. I did play that a bit. Basically just to get the trophies, though. That's all I really wanted to do. It was fun for a casino type of game. Next one we have on the list here is Warframe. Warframe is 100% epic. Great first-person shooter. Very unique type of weapons that are not in any other game. Very alien type tech. Very weird weapons that there's shooting. There is melee fighting and stuff. It's just a really fun game. Definitely check that one out. That's definitely on top of my list. Next one we have is Defiance 2050. Futuristic shooter. Very fun. MMO style. Very high replayability. So I definitely recommend checking that one out. Try to get through this list pretty quick here. Next one, we have 3-on-3 Freestyle Basketball. Of course, that's a street-style basketball game. Next one we have is Paladins. Paladins is very similar to Overwatch, so if you like Overwatch, definitely check it out. Very fun game. If you like Overwatch, you would definitely like that. Alright, next one we have is Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla actually was bought out by Ubisoft, so now they're owned by them. So of course the Ubisoft characters like Rayman are coming over. They're doing a WWE event right now where you can actually get WWE characters. Kind of weird, but it's pretty cool that they're trying to add so much content to it, so that's always good. Alright, next one we have is Warface. That's a military style shooter game. Very fun. I did play that for a little while too. Definitely recommend checking that out. There's PS Plus items for that as well. On to the next one. We have... The next one we have, of course, H1Z1. If you like shooters, and if you like the Fortnite type of games, Battle Royale, of course that's what this is. It's a Battle Royale style game. Basically, instead of a storm, you have a gas cloud that'll shrink in on you. So if you like those type of games, check that out. If not, don't waste your time. It's not really well made, to be honest, so I would just stick to the other games that like Fortnite and stuff like that if you want a Battle Royale type of game. Next one is Hitman 2 Starter Pack. Basically, it's a light version of Hitman 2 to where you can just play a limited amount of content. This is good for if you like the Hitman games, or if you don't know what it is, you can just give it a chance, see if you like it. If you like it, you can buy the full version. If not, you can just play the light version. On to the next one, we have Terra. That's an MMO. Seemed pretty fun. I didn't play it much, but if you like MMOs, you could check that out. Next, of course, is what everybody knows, Fortnite. You either love it or you hate it, right? Next on the list we have, well, this is last on the list actually, is Apex Legends, and that's, of course, if you're going to play a Battle Royale style game, I highly recommend that one. It's the best of all of them. It's very, very well made. Made by the folks that made Titanfall. So, very, very fun, good mechanics, fun shooting, and good weapons. But that's my first list of free games. I do look for deals all the time, and I do play a lot of free-to-play games. We're not all made of money, but we all might like video games and like to play something new, so I keep my eye out for freebies. So I decided to put together a list for you guys so you can check them out yourselves. I might do more lists in the future depending on how many views I get on this video, but I just figured I'd let y'all know. So y'all have a great night. Bye-bye. Peace.